Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and I was at a coin show once and had a customer come up to me and say, hey, I've got these coins in, they're mostly in ICG holders. Can I go ahead and send them in and get them graded? And he wanted me to crack them out, and I thought about it. I'm like, why not? Let's talk about it a little bit. 82.0. So this is the customer edition for a Crackout video that I had. A customer come to me, mostly ICG coins, couple ANACS, and we're just going to do this for educational purposes. I've been thinking about getting together some type of group of third tier or off-brand holdered coins and getting them graded, and so this all worked out. And so ICG called this coin a 64. And we're going to set that down here for now and take another look. A lot of these coins were, none of them were really super rare dates. This 85S was probably the toughest date, followed up by an 84cc, which isn't a tough date. It's just you'll see a lot of them show up. But this one, 85S, I thought this was a really nice coin. This one was an ANACS in a 63 holder. That one was I enjoyed quite a bit. Here's an 84 Philly that ICG called a 65. And overall, the coin itself was pretty pleasing. It's got kind of a big mark on the cheek, which hurts it because that's right down the strike zone, so to speak. If you're grading, that's something you don't want to see. You just don't want to see a big mark right on the cheek. That'll kind of pull it back a little bit. The reverse of the coin's really, really nice, though. Quite lovely on that guy. Let's see here, 1881 Philly. Another one that's kind of tough to get in gem state, right? So this actually ICG had called this a 65. And this one was pretty good. It's got, once again, a little bit of some scuffiness on the cheek, but not a ton. The fields were pretty wide open, had what I consider to be a nice gentle tone to it if you like that kind of thing. The reverse also had a kind of a nice overall gentle tone and eye appeal. The Philly Mint's not known for being in quite the same type of luster you'll see from, of course, the San Francisco Mint coins from that year. 81S's are just crazy coins. I mean, if you want to buy a nice coin for yourself, if you're not really a Morgan collector, maybe you want to just do a type coin. Go get yourself a nice 81S. You can find coins graded 64 that are just are stunning. ICG 65 on this 99.0, another common date. The only time that you run into this date, and maybe you can cherry pick if you see something in an older holder. There is a coin called a Micro O, but not to be confused with a Micro show, but the Micro O is super tiny. Like, you can tell it right away because they literally took the punch from a barber dime, or is it a barber quarter? Anyways, it's a small O. It's tiny. They don't call it tiny O. They call it Micro O for a reason. And once again, a pleasing coin overall. I mean, it's not a bad coin. 99.0 that ICG had called a 65. And let's get to that CC here. We had the 84cc in an ANACS 64 holder. And once again, overall, this looks like a lot of 84cc's, y'all. If you see a lot of Carson Cities from this year, really strong luster. Overall, it got a little bit of some chatter going there on the cheek, but pretty strong strike overall. And of course, the reverse of the coin is stunning, as always, per usual, right? Just a lovely, lovely, lovely look to it. Those lines that you see on the coin that pop up every now and again are from the planchet being rolled out. Those die striations. All right, that guy. And last but not least, we have an 86 Philly that ICG called a 65. I'm going to take off the plastic so I can see the coin here a little bit. Another coin that's a common date coin, But you know, the big difference though is, you know, 64s to 65s, and the market has fluctuated. But if you think of it this way, for a while 64s were $100 coins and 65s were $200 coins. That's just for common dates. I mean, and before that, I mean, these 64s were 65 bucks and 65s were 175, and you know, so you get the idea. There's always been a big spread there for the common dates. Oftentimes it's been close to $100 type spread. And so if you're looking to buy coins, graded coins, you know, I think one of the questions is what type of holders do you get them in? And I know that most of you already have an answer for that question, but you know, this is still something that's a pretty good sampling. And I say that because generally speaking, you know, ICG holdered coins aren't bad looking coins. I mean, I've shown you some coins here that are pretty attractive. I felt like he wasn't trying to high grade or you know, just find things that were way overgraded. They were nice coins. And also, I think what we'll start to find here is that PCGS called this a 4, ICG called this a 5, right? And so, you know, that's a big difference in price, even on a common date coin. Just as I'm going to show you some halftime, just to let you know, I really like the PCGS steely silver gray boxes that they have. It's just kind of a nice look to it. Okay, had to share that. All right, 99O, not the micro O, from 65 to, oh, look at that reveal, nice and slow, 64. In this one I thought could have made the grade. That one's really nice coin overall. The 81 and 65, also 64. This one I thought was more of a 64. There's a lot of little chatter under the toning. The toning hides it pretty well, but it has a lot of little chatter to it. So I think I would have maybe considered calling the 99 a 5, but the other two 4s is kind of what I felt like the coins were. The 82O and 4, you got that to a PCGS genuine questionable color unk detail. I feel like we should have alarms like Monty style, like when we get questionable colored onto the coins. You know, it's like some big award goes off. In this one, actually, like I don't know. What do I know? So I think that so when you start to see, I'll tell you something here instead of me just being like mad at the world. So when you start to see these a color palette over a coin, and then you start to see areas with like little white spots mixed in. See all those little white spots there, and a couple right there on the neck. But do you see what I'm talking about? It's like man, don't try to do that, Ben. I was going to say alopecia, but I don't know if I'm using the right term. But when you start to see discoloration and different spotting, then you know, I think they will tend to call something questionable color, because there are different types of artificial toning techniques that involve humidity that leave little dots, little droplets. Okay, the 85S, which is I think my favorite coin in the group in lots of ways, because 85S's come really scuffy. ANACS 63, PCGS 63. I actually still think this coin is, I mean, this is really nice to me for a 3. I know you got some hits there on the cheek, but man, 85S has just come so scuffy. And this is really nice, full, brilliant luster to it. So maybe if somebody wants to drop 35 bucks and try to get a green bean on it, they can do that. All right, we've got this 84. This was the Philly from a 65 to another questionable color unk detail. They must have thought these coins were mine. And this one, I mean, I kind of liked. It's easier for me, I think, to explain a little bit the other one. But so this, you know, doesn't have. When I talk about the white spots, I'm usually talking about things that look more like a water droplet. Then, like this has a lot of little whiteness to it, but that whiteness I think is probably just from the environment that it was kept with. Just one man's opinion. So I like when you get to this color palette over here by the rim. I mean, for me, a lot of toning and artificial toning has to do with color palettes overall. but definitely there's other telltale signs that they look at. But you know, to me, this doesn't look like something that someone would try. Who's going to try to tone a coin to look like that? In my opinion, it's not really what people are looking for when you talk about, you know, monster toning or really high-end toning. All right, 84cc and 64 ANACS. And this coin came back as 63, so that was a downgrade by 1 point. And so, of course, the lesson here, I think, generally is the lesson that most of you already know. But if you're going to collect Morgan dollars and you want to be in the mainstream market, buy them in mainstream market holders. You know, and who knows how this video will age 20 years from now. But the point is, in this marketplace, that's what you're looking at. By the way, the two coins next to each other, I had to do this again because, you know, to me, the 85S is definitely a nicer coin than the 84cc, but I don't know if it's a full point nicer, but it's the more attractive 63 because you can have two calls be called a strike, and they're not both down the middle, right? So this coin on the left, I think, is much superior to the one on the right, although they may still both technically be threes. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I've been the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.